In this live coding session, let's keep working towards setting up continuous delivery for an Xcode project, and we're using Github Actions. Hey everyone! Hello, hello, hello. Good to see folks already on the line, and I've normally waited 3 minutes, but I'm like, you know what? I'm ready. Looks like you're ready. We got the usual gang here. Hello, Marcus, Grant, Mudshark, Haresh, Garbob, and Alwold. Good to see everyone. Welcome. Well, hello, Joel Sereno. I'm glad you're here too. For those who are watching this after the fact on YouTube, hey, welcome. Glad to have you also. If you watch a bit and like what you see, give it a like, give it a subscribe, do the things to train the algorithm to get more of this. Hey, Dan. And for those, but the most fun is if you're able to join in the live stream. Right? The folks in the live stream I've got a chatty bunch, and it's always fun to poke around. What have I forgotten to say? Oh yeah, the usual. My name is John Reed. Welcome to the Quality Coding Stream. I am a technical agile coach. And rather than tell you tales of that, let's just dive in, because judging from last time, if we're going to poke stuff up to a cloud service, we're going to be sitting around waiting for it to kick into action and finish up so that we get feedback. So I think we'll have time for tales as we go. We are working on a new app. I've rebranded this first part of this series as Xcode app setup rather than test-driven development for Swift UI, because we ain't touched Swift UI, we ain't touched TDD, but we have been trying to work in small, not automated verification, but still small verified steps, doing manual verification to set up the project. So let's keep doing that. And you can see in our discovery tree, we are working, follow the orange. The green shows what's been done. The yellow shows what is yet to be done, including the mysterious draw the rest of the owl, which I'm a little nervous about. The orange, you should be able to follow the orange down and see, okay, we're working on project setup, we're working on CD, we've done manual setup, now we're trying to automate it. We were working on a script, and around that I had a little trouble last time. Let's take a look at that script and refresh our memories. Let's see, build archive looks like the ticket. Okay. So it is 2 steps. First, we tell the command line version of Xcode to build an archive, and then we ask it to export the archive. Is there anything really funky? I think, oh, they draw the rest of the owl. Yeah, I really don't know what's going to happen there. Last time I got stuck trying to get this to work. So the idea is, rather than putting a script onto a cloud service somewhere and trying to get it to work, let's see if we can't get it to work locally first, at least parts of it, because the feedback time is so much faster. And that's where we were, and that's where we were stuck, because of this. I had to go. Here's what I realized after I did a little poking around, but as I promised, I stopped. Bust out a makefile, my gosh. I mean, yeah. We have, oh, well, let me show you Xcode. And silly Xcode, I can make the code nice and big, but it doesn't affect the rest of the UI. Come on, boo. I've made it as big as we can, though. So you'll see it's actually giving me some complaints right now because I've installed something else. This was working to do automatic signing. We got it to work with doing a manual archive and then saying put that on TestFlight, and that all worked. But here's the thing I realized. Since this is automatic signing, this profile is sort of, I don't know what a managed profile is exactly, but it's something Apple does to make life easier for you. Profile, and this is me talking to myself to try to get these thoughts in my head, because all this signing stuff is always very confusing to me. We've got a certificate. That's who are you, or who am I? We have identifiers, which are what is the app, I believe. Yeah. What's the ID of the app, or a wildcard? And we have profiles, which take those two things and stick them together and say, for App Store distribution, I made a distribution profile for Git Inbox, the old original name of the project, and it combines those things. The reason this is important is because whatever automatic profile I have on my system through Xcode is not going to be on GitHub. So what we have to do is make a specific distribution profile so that we can stick it up on GitHub. Yeah, magic. The trick with this is what we always have to do with magic, right? Magic is cool, it's helpful, and it's like something going on under there. And as long as you stay within your lane, within the confines of how the magic is supposed to work, it's all good. And you get outside of that, things fall off. And that's when it's helpful to dig in and try to understand what is the magic, that is, make it not magic, actually understand what's going on, or avoid it. Yep, exactly, Grant. So let me switch this from automated signing to provisioning profile. There. Git inbox distribution. And with that, and with the certificate, or rather with the profile all set up. Oh gosh, you guys, you're funny. Let's give this a try now. All right, so there's the change. We can see the change from the red automatic to the green, very specific distribution for Git inbox. So let's try to run the build locally. And this was failing last time, and so far it seems to be building. So this is building an archive and then exporting the archive, and it's sticking it into a not hidden away in derived data in a mysterious place, but in a folder we make. Come on. Welcome, No Good Nick, first time chatter with a good comment about, if magic would be less magic if you could peer under the hood, basically, and get more details. Glad to have you. So there we have it. The archive succeeds and the export succeeds. So with this, I am going to, let's see, I'm going to start using this more. Updated GitHub desktop, not doing that right now. So this is an environment change. Use set profile manually. Set manual profile. Change from automatic signing to project specific. Just something like that. I don't know. Right. So now I should be able to push it up. Okay. So now we should be able to do these two things in the script. That is, we should be able to run the script up in Cloudland, except it's not going to have the profiles. All right. So here we are. We've made a provisioning profile. Store plist. Let's take a look at what's going on there. I don't think I've mucked with that yet. But let me show you, we're working through the instructions from my friend Jeroen Leenaerts. This all looks good. Okay, this should look familiar. We do xcode build with the archive command, and then xcode build export archive. Then we need to upload it to Apple using something I'm not really familiar with, xcrun, AL tool. What even is xcrun? Man P is an alias I have that run. You can just type man xcrun and get the same information, but it does this thing where it's like, I want to see it nicely formatted. Provides a means to locate or invoke developer tools from the command line without requiring users to modify make files. Xcode select, we know, is our friend. Okay. It's nostalgic, Nick. If you're old, it's nostalgic. If you're young, it's like, what the heck is, why do you have pages? Yeah. So, stuff, don't really know. Um, let's have a look at this. The nostalgic coder. Man, great idea. Hmm. Okay. I'm trying to remember how this setup works. And it works by setting up these two things. I'm looking in a different project, but you set up the certificates and the provision. The certificate and the provision. Remember, we have who am I? The archive has what it is, and the provisioning profile is like, here's the stuff signed with the combination of the certificate and the ID. Back when I was a kid, we didn't have binary. All we had was base 0. So you just tally marks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have to get this profile and the certificate up, but we want it as a secret because you don't want anyone to be able to see this. These are GPG. Here we are. We create the GPG files by doing these things. Okay, so I'm not convinced, or maybe that's the wrong word. App Store plist. I don't think that's probably a later thing. Let's put that later. Have to change app settings. Yes, we did have to do that. Oh, I did that. Straighten things around here. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you're right, Al, about the plist. There may be some other things in the plist too. We'll see, but I'm just going to keep it out there for now. So what else we need to upload cert and profile. Encrypted. Very important. And to do that, we need to make the encrypted. Encrypted. Indeed, it is a level of suffering. It's good that a lot of it is done for us. But because of that, you can tell from my own sort of foggy brain about, you know, it's still kind of foggy in my head what these pieces are, because I haven't been down in there. So let's do these things. Let's start working on this because I'm positive. Let's go to page, get inbox. That if we go to the deploy, oh, what? Hang on. What's in the deploy? What is in here? Nothing. So this will pass. Okay. So I expect this will fail, but let's just make sure. Build archive and export. So this is going to be build archive. Like that, I think. Let's see what happens. Let's see it fail. In a way, I'm doing a weird TDD thing, right? I'm setting up a failing condition. Maybe I don't see how this is going to play in. Because it's got to get the certificates. Anyway, let's see it fail. Habits. I'm just going to commit from here. This is run. Up it goes. We should see. There it is. All right, so while the build is working, let's go to the deploy, which is manual, and run that. And let's just see what goes on. All right, it is. Here is our file hierarchy of stuff. And here goes the there we have it. The failure we were expecting. No profile. Here we are. So we have to get this in there. And this is where Jeroen's tricky stuff comes into play. One nice thing about keeping this sort of on its own right now is it's not really approved for use yet. So as far as how much is actually building, the build is still passing. It's just the deploy that's failing. All right, let us learn how to get this. So I've got to get the provision and the certificate. All right, here we are. Here's the download. Never mind this YouTube. That is a concert performance that was recommended to me. There's the provision. And we want to zip that up, or we want to include it, encrypt it somehow. Kind of done it the other way. And I got my colors all wrong. Bear with me. My colors are wrong. There we go. We're working with the profile. So let us say we want to create this there you can see the full name of the YouTube that I want to check out. There's our, oh no. Okay. Something else that's handy. I'm not going to show you because I don't know what's in my list of my spacing out on the name right now. When you copy and paste, that goes into a clipboard. My clipboard manager. Clipboard manager is a wonderful thing because it lets you have multiple things. I just don't trust myself right now because I didn't bother clearing it out. Okay, so now we say, let's clear this out. What's the passphrase? I have it already set up. I have one set up for me. So I'm going to copy and paste that so you can't see it. And there we have it. There is our GPG. Curiously, the encrypted version is smaller. All right, so that's one. Multiple browsers. Oh, sorry, I missed some of the chat here. It makes sense. Good stuff, folks. All right, so what about the cert? Should be able to get which one? EHR. Jonathan Reed EHR. What is with it? Must be the distribution one, not the managed, right? Managed one is the magic one. It must be this one. So let's get this and see what we got. Distribution, sir. Following the App Store certificate. Why is it certificates? I wonder. Wait, and what's the P12? Okay, I'm a little lost. Anyone know what P12 is? Because what I got doesn't seem to match this. This one seems fine. fact, let me put this up there. You export P12 when you export from the keychain. Oh, thank you. Let's all right, here are the certs. That's me. Export. Thank you. And that's why it's certificates P12. Thanks, guys. I'm thanks, Grant. Maybe I'll edit that out. I don't know. Anyway, I should be able to save that to also my downloads. Enter a password. Again, same password. It's asking me to... yeah, that makes sense, that it could be multiple certificates, hence the name. I'm going to use the same password that I created so that I can just use one secret and have the thing upload, decrypt them both. Keychain wants to export. Yes, allow. Okay. There it is. Certificates P12. Let's do the same thing. GPG. Like that. Again, asking for encryption secret password thingy. All right. Let's stick it up there. Let me move the, actually, I'll just go back. CDH is a fun thing for me that shows basically the CD history, the change directory history. And I can say, go back to Git inbox. Now, in this other project, I have this stuff shoved away in a folder I call provisioning. And that seems like a good plan to stick with that. And there's that App Store plist with various other stuff in it. So let's start making this. Make dir provisioning. Oh, it exists. Didn't notice. There's App Store plist. It's already got some of the stuff in here. It shouldn't matter what I'm showing. I don't think any of that is secret. And let us move everything from downloads GPG over here. There we go. And let's get those up there. Add cert encrypted, can't type, and provision. There. I wanted to push it right away so that it doesn't get lost on my computer You know how it is when, especially with a team, when somebody's like, yeah, I got it done. This happens to experts too. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Just the other day, I saw somebody say, yep, I got this up. It's good to go. And everyone else is like, I don't see it. And he's like, oh, shoot, I forgot to, push. So we should start seeing some things in the provisioning. All right, here it says partial signing solutions still need to change app settings. Maybe. Here's the certs. Do we have the pieces of the puzzle we need? It's going to need the secret. And what does it all do? It does this thing. Oh, here it does this. This is the script to import the provisioning. And this is some secret voodoo in here. But wonder how much of this I can do. I don't know how much of this I want to do locally, because let's try to understand what it's doing. It is, first, it's decrypting the files using some password, right? Interesting idea, Grant. Could help a lot of people. So first, it decrypts those things. We'll fix up these names, and then it creates a provisioning profiles. Oh, this is in library mobile device provisioning profiles. It just makes that in case it's not already there. It lists what's there. It copies the provisioning profile into there and lists it again. This is the kind of thing I don't want to do locally because I probably have junk in here already, whereas there it will be empty. Well, so maybe the way to go about this is to copy this whole thing in, but maybe comment out. Yeah, comment out this part. And I assume this all gets fired off before we attempt the build. So let me grab this. And call it import provisioning. And slap it in. And let's comment out that much. We just want to try to get this get this in place. Okay. And the name of the files are going to be, this was, I think, certificates, and this was Git inbox distribution, blah, blah, blah. All right. We're going to need that secret now. So these are done. Let's set up the secret. That is the password. The name occurred twice in the decryption lines. Thank you. Good eye. I'm not sure that it's necessary to specify the name, but it's explicit. Oh, wait. So it looks like it is decrypt from here, and this will be the name -- output. So we'll take it. Thanks for that catch, Mudshark, for the save. And let me make this executable. One more thing I want to do, and that is actually execute it. So let's comment this out for the sake of speed. And I believe this will be import like that. What's it called? This whole thing. Let's see what happens. Again, trying to move in small steps. And let us see what we got. All right, so this is attempt beginning. This is deploying stuff, so attempt seems like a good idea. Of import provisioning. I'm going to change that. Like that. I could have done all that on GitHub Desktop. And you know what? I don't want to comment. Well, yeah, this is just the provisioning side of thing. We haven't done the cert, right? So I'm going to keep, I'm going to bring these back into play. I don't care. How do I add this? Now I don't know what I'm doing. Anyone use GitHub Desktop? I just want to add these changes. Wait, didn't it work? Checkbox on the left. Oh, I'm reading it wrong. I'm like, why is one this funny thing and this one is a plus? Because this one didn't exist. So we're good. We're good. Thank you. Let's commit. Push. And go to the actions and do this. Secret. I didn't put in the secret. The secret I need is is going to be named provisioning password. So in GitHub, go to settings if you have permission. If you don't have permission, the person who has permission needs to do this. And this will be which? Secrets and variables. Oh, environment secret. I think that's right. Or is it a no? It's a variable. You know what? I'm gonna cheat by going over here, having a look how I've done it elsewhere. Repository actions, repository secrets. There's the provisioning password. So actions, repository secrets. Here we are. And let me make sure that I have this in place as the name. Just in case, I'm going to hide this for a second. Yep, I'm glad I hit it. I'm going to click Add Secret. Bring it back. And once I've added the secret, no one can see it. There's provisioning password. If you try to edit it, I don't think you can see it at all. I think you can change it. For things like that where you need to do a thing on the CI or server, I add documentation to the project explaining exactly what was done. Web links form, yes, this is good. Yeah, you know, ideally I'm going to turn all this into a blog post. So that's kind of where this is. But for a project, any project, it would be good to have a README, a checklist, some very clear documentation of, especially like, let's say the secret is lost. Yeah, that's my secret of how I'm writing blog posts these days. Is I go back and say, what the heck did we do? Yeah, that's very good advice from Grant. Make it clear. Let's say the secret gets lost or it expires and you need to make a new one, and it's like, it's pretty good if it's already there, but if you're setting up a brand new project, or, you know, say somebody needs to do this all over again, it's a good idea. All right. So we have the secret up there. Now the question is, what will happen if we hit the big deploy? Let's take a look. Bum, bum, bum. I think that a lot of developers, and myself, I include myself in this until recently, this is part of my journey, is a lot of developers work on teams where all this is done for you by somebody else, and it's magic. And it's really good, I think, to go through it, to set it up, Mudshark will see if it works or not. Yeah. Why is it stuck here? Oh, it's not stuck there. It was just, I needed to refresh. Okay, it failed there as expected, but here's the question. Whoops. Mudshark got it right. Did I get them in the wrong order? I must have gotten them in the wrong order. Let's have a look. Let's wrap. How do we wrap? How do we soft wrap? That seems to work. Okay. All right, let's see what we have. It is saying provisioning. I'm going to go out and look actually out here just to make sure. And I got the name wrong. There's that second name. Okay, but it didn't find the other one either. Let's see what we got. No such file. Okay, hopefully we fix that. GPG can't open. That's, oh, that's the wrong name. Mobile provision. Thank you. Yeah. How about that? Might work. Let us try again. And the feedback wasn't too bad, right? Because we're not waiting for it to build a massive project and blah, blah, blah. I'm just saying, do a thing and shove it somewhere and ls. Fix names in import provisioning. That push. Try again. Let's try again. Here we are again. Another thing that sort of about teams not being in control of this stuff, it's done by, a DevOps team. That goes against the reason the idea of DevOps was created was that the devs would do their own ops. By setting up their build pipeline and owning it so that they can manage it. Yeah, I understand why big corporations want to standardize certain things and why you would want to have a team that's sort of maybe or a couple of people who are creating unity across all the teams and saying, look, here's some tools, here's some things you can use. What I'm going to refresh because I don't Yeah, okay. Waiting for it to change the status apparently is not a way to proceed. Whoops. Okay. Different error? Hmm. What do you think is happening here? Invalid data. And a bad session key. I don't know what this means. Let's see if we can find out. Wasn't helpful. Any ideas? Well, gosh, this is all taking so much longer. Is it a bad copy of the password? I will try running it locally. At least I will try that part. I don't want it to muck around with my profile, so I'm going to comment out what we have. I already have this set up because I anticipated maybe I'll need this in my shell, which is a bad idea to have secrets stored in the clear, but I kind of thought maybe we'll need this. So let's try this locally. And let me remove the... No, it's... Let's just do it. Let me try it this level. Okay. So that seemed to work. Yeah, so that works. So the script is okay. Is GPG newer? I'm going to reset my changes. Whoops. Maybe it's newer, maybe it's older. All right. So we are at time. I want to tidy up what I have here to make it something we can continue from. And probably, again, even though I don't like doing this, poke at it off on the side for a little bit to try to make a little bit of progress. So set up secrets, like, did that work? Did I do that? Yes, I did it. Yeah. So that is where we are. it is a good offline thing, because then I could potentially do other things that I don't want to share. Don't want people to see. All right. Well, thank you for your help, as always. Definitely, I would, a couple things. First, I'm having more fun by doing it with your input. I'm making more progress thanks to your input. So, yay, team. Darn it. I was hoping we could finish. And I'm also starting to wonder, like, having gone through all this and feeling some of the pain, thanks, Grant, feeling some of the pain of this, I am tempted, and tell me what you think, to try it again using Xcode Cloud. Relying on their magic, they're making things easier, and see how much easier is it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. That this might be a good thing to keep exploring while I am set on app setup, in the app setup phase. All right, thanks very much for hanging out. I know a lot of this is kind of weird. I'm eager to get into code, and yet this is code. It's just not Swift, right? It's not the usual type of programming that we love to do. But yeah, exactly. I think I would like to try to get this working, blog about it, and then we can try it again with Xcode Cloud and see how much better it is, or worse, or the same, or how it's different, I guess. All right. Thanks for hanging out. For those who are watching after the fact, if you've watched this far, give it a like and a subscribe. TDD in a Playdate world. What? I did start to do something that I thought, oh shoot, this might have been closer to what TDD in a Swift UI world, and that is to do a game. I'm did some Swift UI of Mastermind game. I'm like, oh, this could be good. It's a project for another time, or it's a project for this one. Maybe I'll change my mind, except I've called it Get In Box and Get Out. Whatever. I'll see you around next week. Take care, folks.